Hey everybody, it's Rory from A&S Gear. We're going to look at some slings today. So I've got the new Kilo slings from Valken in front of me. This is a single point bungee sling. So bungee because it's got bungee in it. It says it does stretch, boing, 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 just like that. And then single point because it only attaches to the gun in one spot. It isn't a 2-point or a 3-point sling, where a 2-point would go kind of just the same kind of loop setup, but connect here and here. And then a 3-point, it's kind of misleading. A 3-point only connects to the gun in 2 spots, but it has 3 points of movement where it connects usually at the front and the back of the gun, and then there's a strap that goes in between those two and then loops up over the top of your head as well. So it makes a triangle, kind of like a 3-point, where a 2-point connects front and back and just loops over the top. It does not have that slider piece that is in the middle. So little difference in slings there. But this is a single point, so attaches in one spot and one spot only. Now with theirs, you've got a couple different options. You've got, this is removable right here. So if you have one of those, this style clip right here that you've looped onto it somehow and you don't want to use the clip that they've given you, you can just snap it together and use it that way. Now personally, I would never attach something with this kind of clasp on there. You're relying all the weight on whatever equipment you're using to be held by this just pressable release right here. You will eventually find that this will pop itself out of there somehow, just under all that weight. Now, the proper attachment is going to be through here, where you are using an actual clip to clip on there right there. So let's clip it on there first. We'll go that direction. So you can roll this piece down right here, and this is just a protective cover so that once you are clipped in, you are not just destroying the gun with this metal that is banging around on it. So we can pull this thing down around it, and you can see I've gotten to the clip part right here. And it's kind of like a little, just a toggle like that. So we can clip this onto the back of this A5, pull the toggle back out, and then roll this piece back up here. Now this is going to protect the gun from the metal bracket that's right here from scratching it all up and just making a big mess out of it right there. So depending on where this moves all around in here, it's protecting it from the clip, which is good. You don't want to scratch your gun all up. You spend a bunch of money on your gun, you don't want to bugger it all up. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm caught on my chair. Get that out of there. So from that point right here, coming up to the actual bungee section, this is not adjustable, by the way, in length. This part, this setup right here is a static setup. You cannot change the length of this part right here. Nor can we change the length of the bungee section. But you've got this branch off right here, so 2 bungee sections. Again, it's going to give you that nice stretch right there. So what this does, the bungee setup, if you're holding your gun and you set it down or let it hang, it's going to kind of give it a little bit of give to it. It's not going to be so rigid. And so when you're running or moving, the movement of that gun bouncing up and down is not going to be pulling on your neck or shoulder or wherever it happens to be. It's kind of going to give it a little bit more of a fluid motion to it. Also, if you were to accidentally drop your gun and let it slip out of your hand, the bungee is going to kind of give and it's going to retract. It's going to be a little bit easier on your body, not just this, however much your setup weighs, easily 6-7 pounds they can get up there, just all of a sudden yanking on the back of your neck or your shoulders, which would be uncomfortable. So again, gives it that little bit of give, a little bit of a comfort thing there. Now getting up to the top of the sling, the top is adjustable, so if you need to make it smaller or longer, you can do that by just kind of sliding this piece back and forth. And then you can unclip out of it through the little snaps on the side. Maybe you don't want to undo it over your head, you just want to clip it out and put it to the side. Or if you want to get a different version, make your own and make them smaller, longer, or different colors, whatever it happens to be. You can always add and subtract to it that way as well. But a 1-point is great for smaller setups. A5 is nice because it's not a very long gun once you've got your stuff on there. Now you can modify the A5s to be crazy long guns, like M16's length, you know, doodads on there. For a 1-point sling, that's not the best choice for a big marker or airsoft gun, whatever you're going to use it for. Just because when it hangs, it's going to hang vertically most of the time. and it's going to be in your way and just kind of obtrusive. So if you have a big gun, you probably want to look at a 2-point or a 3-point sling. But for the smaller, more compact setups, a 1-point sling will work just fine. So the Valken, what did I say? These are kilo, right? Yeah, kilo slings, single point. They come in this, the Coyote or the Desert. They call it tan, figures. Woodland or olive. I guess it's really not woodland because there's no print on it. So an olive and then black. They're available through the website. Order yours now through ansgear.com.